If you receive this email from the World Bank, it means you have passed the first stage of the Young Professional Program recruitment process. Making it past the first stage is already a big deal. And in this video, I will walk you through exactly how to prepare for the HireVue assessment and interview so you can put your best foot forward. So let's go back from the beginning. What is the HireVue assessment and interview? What is it all about? After the initial screening, that is after the point where you applied for the Young Professional Program, where you put in your details, you submitted your CV and your essays, successful candidates receive an email from the World Bank just like this one, and it tells you that you've advanced to the next stage, that is the HireVue assessment. And this next stage has three key components. Okay, the first component is the on-demand video interview. This is basically a recorded interview where you will answer questions on camera. The second component is the multiple choice questions. So basically these questions would assess your analytical, your reasoning, and your professional judgments. And the third piece is the virtual job tryout, which is simply a situational judgment test that evaluates how you handle real work scenarios at the World Bank. In total, you would have about 60 minutes to complete the entire assessment. The deadlines are usually very firm, so you have to plan your time wisely. Now let's get into it. How do you prepare for this assessment and interview? How do you make sure that you put your best foot forward? The first tip that I'll be talking about is to make sure you understand the World Bank's mission and values. You have to visit their websites, read all of their recent reports, make sure you check the scorecard that relates to the work program that you had applied for. Okay, and the reason is because many questions would connect to all those themes around the different organizations within the World Bank, themes around your scorecards, themes around their mission and their values. The second tip is that you need to prepare for the on-demand video interview. And when I mean prepare, I mean prepare. You likely get 4 to 6 questions, each with a short time, usually 30 seconds to prepare, and about 2 to 3 minutes to answer the questions. Typical questions that you might be asked include, why do you want to work at the World Bank? It could also be, what makes you an ideal candidate for the Young Professional Program? How would your references describe your capacity to be considerate of others? They could ask you to give an example of adapting your communication style to work effectively in a multicultural environment. Or you could be asked to describe most significant challenges in your field and your method for addressing them. They could add another layer that says, how do you think the World Bank could handle these issues? Or how do you work in diverse teams? I'll put these questions and other sample questions in the caption of this video, so make sure you check it out, because I know that you having questions to practice with would actually help you. Let's talk about how you will answer those questions in the way that makes the YPP look at you and say, we're going to select this candidate. Number one, assume your camera is the eye of a human interviewer. Okay, even though you're not talking to someone, but a human being will be the one to review it eventually. So you need to assume that that camera is the eye of the human interviewer. Look straight into the camera. Tell them how great a fit you are for the position. Make every second of your answers count. Manage whatever time you are given properly, okay, because I'm not going to be given lots of time. You have to manage your time well. A style that you can use to answer your question is the Mackenzie top-down communication style. I like this because this style helps you to start off with the main points for every response. That is, you list your main points first, and then you can get into the details of each one in the most succinct way as you go down with your responses. Try to avoid long explanations and filler words as much as possible. The second tip I have for this one is, as much as you can, avoid scripted responses. And the reason I'm saying this is because you literally have 2 to 3 takes for each of your questions, and you have about just 60 seconds, to 2 minutes for your answers, and you might not have the time, to be looking to read your answers. You can, however, have talking points that you could glance through intermittently. Thirdly, try to make sure your answers are consistent with your essays, your CV, and other documents that you have submitted in the first stage. The evaluator should not be listening to you and thinking, this person talking is different from the essays I have read, okay? The words may change, but let the theme and the main points in your answers remain the same. Now, let us talk about how to get ready for the multiple choice, the virtual job tryout part. This session basically assesses your judgment, your problem solving, and your alignment with World Bank values. The virtual job tryout, this is the one where, they would make you actually try out as though you're already in the job. So this is going to be more technical questions that you'll be asked to answer as it relates with the work program you're applying for. So make sure you do lots of research on the work program and try out different technical questions that could come out in the stage. Referencing, let's talk about referencing. You would also need to submit 3 professional references. Notice I said professional and not academic. 3 professional references who know you well and can talk or speak to your skills and experiences. They are looking for 3 people that are not related to you. So they cannot be your family members, they cannot be your extended family, and they will be contacting these people immediately. So make sure the people you're submitting are people who are flexible and are ready to respond almost immediately. And these people should have known you in a professional capacity for at least a year, okay? And they should be able to speak to your qualifications and your experiences. Detailed instructions on how to add your referral contact will be in the reference request email that the World Bank sent to you. You'll be asked to provide their first name, their last name, and email address of your references in the reference letter request form. Make sure you reach out to your references early so that you are not rushed by the deadline. And finally, your mindset is what matters the most in this entire process. Okay, treat this stage as a real interview. Make sure you dress professionally, sit upright, and put up a smile. Be authentic. Okay, World Bank is looking for people who are not just intelligent, but people who are committed to impact and collaboration. And lastly, make sure you are in a well-lit room with a good background. Make sure you have a good internet connection. Wipe down the camera of your laptop so that the video is not blurry. And remember, it's a competition. So do whatever it takes you to do to stand out. Smile. Talk like you're in a conversation with an actual person, rather than just being stiff and frowny, which may pass off as being nervous, because you don't even know what aspects you are being evaluated on. Your courage might be part of the things they are looking to evaluate. Okay, so let your personality shine through with your smile, with your confidence, with your courage. And remember, there is no perfect answer. World Bank is assessing how you think, they're assessing how you communicate, and they're assessing how you align with their values. Don't be under pressure to say things that you think are the perfect answer. Be open and just communicate. And if you make it through this stage, the next round is the interview, which is usually in December or January, and this is the one where you'd actually be going in to the nearest World Bank office to you. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who is applying, and subscribe to my channel for more practical tips on career growth, scholarships, and mindset shifts for success. See you in the next video.